It seems like all I've been doing for these past few videos is talking about Full Metal Alchemist, but I really want to talk about this, and I promise not to talk about FMA for quite a while after this. But prepare to have your mind blown as I talk about something that's really important to me. So, you know how if you're shopping with your friend, the lit major, and you pop into a bookstore to get a book, you get what you want, you're ready to go, but your friend wants to tell you about half the books in the store and they haven't even, done any shopping yet? Or if you go to an art museum with your artist friend, he can stand next to a Pollock for like an hour and talk about it while all you see is paint splattered on a canvas. But people can get really excited when they about their chosen professions. When I look at a car, I just see a car, but I'm sure that's not what a mechanic sees. Anyways, when I watched the Full Metal Alchemist movie, I got excited. And this is why. I'm studying to be an anthropologist. If you don't know what an anthropologist is, I'll try to make it real simple and say anthropologists are social scientists. We study every aspect of a human being. I like to say when it comes to people, anthropology is everything and everything is anthropology. A major component of cultural anthropology, one of the four branches, is studying globalization and the creation of global culture. And Full Metal Alchemist, the movie, The Conqueror of Shambhala, is a really excellent example of that. First of all, I could point out the fact that most of the characters in the series don't have Japanese names, and that, as far as I know, all the religious symbolism and imagery is Christian, and there aren't any Shinto or Buddhist symbols that stand out. And if there are any that I missed, please feel free to correct me. Moving on, I'm going to focus on the movie, though. First of all, it takes place in Munich, which is in Germany. One of the things I got really excited about when I watched this was that they put in the fountain from Ludwig Maximilians Universität München. Was bedeutet? The Ludwig Maximilian University of Munich. Natürlich. It's a real university. I've been there. And one of the reasons why it's important to Germany and German history is because of the White Rose Group, oder die Weiße Rose, who were a non-violent resistant organization of students and a philosophy professor. They were opposed to the Third Reich. The 6 core members of the group were arrested by Gestapo and executed by beheading in 1943. They're honored today as being amongst Germany's greatest heroes, and since the movie's main antagonists are the Nazis, the presence of the university in the movie is significant, though subtle. And and there's of course the dialogue of the townspeople in the movie, which gives you reasons behind why the people of Munich supported Hitler. So you get the feeling of the people at the time, and that's so true to FMA form, that wars don't just happen because good people have to fight against bad people. The other landmark in the movie is the Resistance Palace, I think. I don't know what the deal with that is, but if somebody actually knows what this building is, please tell me. It's annoying. But I do know the landmarks in this picture. Ed and Alphonse Hedrick are in the Marianplatz, and that's the Neues Rathaus, or New Town Hall, and that's one of the columns of the Frauendom. These two buildings are really important, and if you want to know more about them, feel free to look them up, because there's more that I want to talk about than Munich, but I gotta say, how they pronounce some of the German names in this movie. One thing that's really annoying to me as a German student is how people overpronounce German and try to make it sound harsher than it really is. But before I move on, I love how Edward mentioned those white sausages, which are Weisswurst. They're awesome. They're really good, and make sure to eat them if you're ever in Bavaria, but remove the intestinal casing before you eat them, because you're not supposed to eat that. Okay. It was real funny, because some of the students in my group thought that they should eat that, but anyway, moving on. Okay, I'm going to talk about flamenco now, and the use of it in this movie. Now I'm thinking most people are really confused by that statement because they're thinking, what does Spanish music have to do with Full Metal Alchemist? Well, as it turns out, flamenco has a significant following in Japan, especially among women. There are there are Spanish flamenco guitarists who go to Japan to perform there a lot.
Contigo me caso, Indiana. Si se entera tu papá y se lo dice a tu mamá, hermosísima cubana, y se lo dice a tu mamá, hermosísima cubana.
Flamenco originates in Andalusia, which is a region of Spain, and one of the factors that were present to create this musical genre and dance were the gypsies who were in Andalusia. Now, there's debate on how much they influenced flamenco, and I don't know enough about that. You could buy my anthropologist book when he publishes it. But obviously there are gypsies in the movie, and when they're singing and dancing, that's flamenco, or very much in the style of it. And I have to say, something to make Professor Washabout proud was one thing that they did right is have Noah dance alone, because flamenco dancers dance solo, not in groups, maybe for performances, but whenever you see in a movie like people dancing it in a group and calling it flamenco, it's not. Yeah. Okay, so let's all put this one in perspective. A group of animation artists made a movie that takes place in Germany that features a music style that comes from Spain. And I watched the movie in English, which had to be recorded by a group of American voice actors. That's awesome. I mean, crazy, right? Just wow. Globalization is a double-edged sword. And it can't be denied that the influence of the West into societies that aren't as developed economically can be oppressive, but there's something really awesome about it too, I think, because, like, look at the Har Har Yukai dance. Think how many people know that dance all over the world. I mean, I know that dance even if I don't like the anime that much, but whatever. Or Karma Male dancing, and I mean, it's like the wave at a football game. Play that song at any anime convention anywhere in the world, and you'll get people, just putting their hands on their heads and moving their hips back and forth. I mean, it's cool in a way how certain things can cross cultural barriers so easily and make us people feel just closer to one another, even though we come from different places. And I've actually been giving some serious thought lately about studying anime fans, because it's completely fascinating to me how people interact with this thing, anime, and what it means to different people, the language that goes with it, the ideas, the attitude, all this stuff associated with it. It's entirely fascinating, for me. Okay, I think I'm done, but let me expand your mind just a little bit more now. To me, there is no greater paradox than this. As human beings, we are all different, but somehow we are all the same. Auf Wiedersehen.